Hi guys, I'm Emily Sedona and I live out of my Toyota RAV4 part-time. This is my lovely little home and I wanted to show you guys kind of like my sleep setup, some of the gear that I like to use. I really want to put emphasis on you don't need a van to live a van life. So let's jump right into it. Prior to this trip, I was living out of a 2014 Toyota Corolla, and that was fine, but I started wanting to do a lot more overlanding and boondocking, so I bought this car in August, and it's treated me really, really well. I kind of follow a 2-month on, 2-month off travel pattern. It's a way for me to travel for really cheap and bring my dog along, and we've made a really comfortable lifestyle out of it. So this is my co-pilot Yeti, and we make sure that he has a lot of room in the car, obviously, especially while we're driving. So my car actually is not set up in sleep mode 24/7. I like to pack it up, because he's dirty, because we're camping all the time, and I don't want my bed to be covered in dirt and dog hair. I pack it up during the day, and it also allows him to move around the back freely if we're driving. Hi, bud. So he has his full-size bed and it runs across the back. I keep a tapestry just kind of folded over that felt material that's on the back of the seats just because his dog hair sticks to everything. So you can still have full visibility. It looks packed, but in reality, it's exactly what we need. So starting with the front of the car, obviously I had to upgrade from those tiny little mirrors that come with the car. This I bought off of Amazon. I obviously have to get ready in the morning. I take really good care of my skin. I have a full skincare routine. So it was really important that I had this mirror. And also when I'm camping, I can take off the Velcro and put it on the camp table and use it there. As you can see behind the windshield, we have a beautiful campsite today right on the water. These are my Lucy lanterns. They're powered by the sun. In order to charge them while I'm driving, I decided to get this Tech sticky mat. Keeps them from sliding around while I'm driving, and then they're fully charged and angled most of the day. The passenger seat, we have maps, Yeti's dog treats readily accessible. These are all of my snacks, just easy for me to grab. If you travel or live out of your car or a van, you know that these are lifesavers. Underneath these cosmetic bags, if we move these, this is just miscellaneous like cans of soup, my tea kettle. This is my coffee station, so I have 2 powdered creamers because I don't have any refrigeration in my car. And then instant coffee. You know, you really get used to it and you start to appreciate it. So typically I use my propane stove when I'm camping, but if it is raining or if I slept in a hotel parking lot or a Walmart parking lot, I plug this into my Jackery and it's a full-size kettle. It just squishes down. So this is how I pack up my car. It's actually fairly organized. I fold my trifold mattress that I got off of Amazon. I fold this in a way so that I can actually, from the front of the car, just accordion pull it forward and it'll open up nice and easy. It takes me about 5 minutes to change my car from driving mode to sleep mode. So it's really easy. It might not look it, but everything happens pretty fast when you have a good system of organization. So stacked on top of that is my Jackery solar panels. I use a Jackery system to charge all of my electronics. And I keep it up here so that Yeti doesn't stomp all over it. Sleeping bag, pillow, and these are my WeatherTech window coverings. So the number one thing with living out of your car or traveling out of your car is that you want to have really good window coverings for not only sunrise, but to keep heat in. I can put the reflection side facing inwards and it really keeps the car warmer at night, especially in this climate. Like I'm in Arkansas right now in November. It was 30 degrees last night, so pretty chilly, but definitely helps insulate the car a little bit better. It also has a black side for stealth camping. So if you're staying in a parking lot or somewhere where you shouldn't be, really, really beneficial. So I highly recommend this. WeatherTech makes custom kits for cars, so I have one that fits every single window, even the little triangle windows in the back of my RAV4. Really good investment. This is what I keep all of my clothing in. Top 2 drawers are going to be clothing, and the bottom one is like pancake mix, ramen noodles, you know, just like food that I would make if I was actually setting up camp so I can have time to move everything over. Shoved behind This dresser is actually more clothing. I also am addicted to thrifting, so I like to thrift in every city that I go to just to kind of get a different feel for what different cities have. So everything that I don't actually wear, like my white leather pants that I definitely would not need camping, are going to be shoved behind my dresser. Also shoved behind my dresser, this is my electric blanket. It's got a cigarette lighter adapter and it actually plugs into my Jackery. It doesn't draw as much power as a normal electric blanket would. So I really like this. Again, it's really helped with the 30-degree weather that we've been having in Arkansas. This is just more clothing that I'm not wearing right now. And then this is where my toiletries bag live. They do a combination of using Planet Fitness showers, and also if it's warm enough and I'm in a more dispersed area like today, I use my solar shower. It's nice to have both options. Here lives my cloth laundry bag, but I figured you guys didn't need to see my dirty laundry, so I'll keep that out of the shot for you guys today. Okay, and this is the back seat and driving mode. This is where we keep all of Yeti's food in an airtight container. This is my Jackery. I have the Explorer 500. I love it. Over here is going to be my down blanket. So you can see it's shoved right, easily accessible for me at night. I bought one of these backseat organizers just to kind of save a little bit of room and for my little things that I need to find, like my radio, a book, because this is where my head goes. So at night it's really easy to grab. I'm definitely overdue on food supplies. So here we just have some canned goods, peanut butter, fruit cups, water, seltzers. So this is usually totally full with gallons of water and more food, more snacks, but we're running low. So we're in a pretty isolated area. So once we get to a town, that'll be full. On this side, I keep a bag just with all of Yeti's like electronics, my pet cam, all of his paperwork, some extra toys. Underneath that, we have my Tevas, which are also my shower shoes for this trip, a hammock, Yeti's lead, and then this is filled with sweaters, so I can grab them really easily if I get cold. So let's get ready for bed. So first, I would, if we were somewhere stealth, I would put Yeti in the front seat. But since we're at a dispersed campsite and there's no one around, Yeti is roaming freely. So I sped this part up here for you a little bit, but basically this is just me moving all the things over onto Yeti's side. And like I said, he would be sitting in the front seat for this. I didn't really notice that the camera was kind of being obstructed by all the things that I was putting up there. But as you can see, even though this is sped up, it didn't even take me 5 minutes. I've always said it takes 5 minutes, but it ended up taking about 2 minutes. So this is really easy to do with me even in the car. You just got to be a little nimble. But we make it work. And what's really cool is Yeti's bed actually fits flush up against mine. So we kind of have like a big mega bed situation going on, which is really nice on cold nights because it's definitely nice to have a little snuggle for extra warmth. So this is what our sleep setup is going to look like. Yeti has his full-size large dog bed. He also has a case of the hiccups. And I can stretch out. On a cold night, what we would do is plug my electric blanket into the Jackery and put it underneath both of us. So down over this blanket and underneath him. And then I would put my sleeping bag on top, and then I would put my down blanket over both of us to cover us. We haven't used them much on this trip just because it's been a lot colder, but over the summer I found these window coverings, and they make it so that you can leave your windows in your car down and not have bugs come in or not have the sun beaming down on you. So it just fits over like a sock. And these are awesome just for anyone in general, not just if you're sleeping in your car. So you just put this over and you roll the window down. And no bugs get in. It's awesome. I love it. It also keeps people from sticking their fingers in my car because my dog is not friendly. This stores a lot more of like my gear that I would only use if I was setting up camp for a few days. So I open this up. I'm notorious for leaving the keys in here and driving off. Yesterday I left it open and drove for like 8 miles down the road. So you win some, you lose some. But anyway, inside I have Yeti's collapsible crate, because oftentimes if there's a city that I want to do some exploring in, I will get an Airbnb and he has to be in a crate because he's not fully house trained yet. So that goes in the bottom. I have a sun shelter. I have a cot for just laying around outside. My solar string lights. 3 pairs of cowgirl boots. And also my little tiny kitchen with all of my cooking stuff. Again, I primarily eat instant stuff, or I will get takeout, or I will eat at a restaurant. I'm a horrible cook, so that is just how I live my life, and that's my business. Another thing that lives in top of the Thule is Yeti's outdoor bed. I don't like to mix his indoor bed and outdoor bed up because it just drags dirt in the car, so I bought him this outdoor dog hammock and he loves it. This was where I had my coffee this morning. We're in Arkansas and we are absolutely loving it. Over here is just my basic shower setup just so I could wash my face and take a fast shower this morning. It heated up in the sun. I was lucky enough that somebody had put a nail here, but again, probably something that I'm looking to upgrade in the future. But for this trip, it was really good. Really, really basic propane setup. It's just important that I heat up water every day. So that's all I really focus on. I'm not really big on cooking meals. So this works great for me. The word search that everybody asked about, I will also link. Yeti going off to do his little dog thing. Again, just a basic camp chair, and this little table has been a lifesaver. It folds up super tiny. It's by Coleman, really easy to put up and put together. And it's really nice to just have a table option, because when you're at a camp like this, beautiful spot, but where are you gonna sit and put your food? So it's been great. I do get asked a lot why I haven't upgraded to a van, and I think that in the future it could potentially be something that I'm interested in, but for right now I really like the convenience and the stealth of just having my RAV4. And this is a really, really easy build, and lots of these things you could put in any kind of vehicle. If you want to live a van life, but you don't want to buy a new van, you can really make it work. Like I said, before this, I was living out of a Toyota Corolla for 2 months, and honestly, I loved it. The only reason for me upgrading to a SUV was just because I wanted a bigger clearance and I wanted a more rugged vehicle to make it to cooler campsites. So that is my home, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments.